Hey Virgo. Okay, so Virgo, listen to me carefully. Something is forming on your horizon. Something significant enough that you need to hear about it now before it arrives so you're not caught completely off guard. Because here's what I know about you. You hate surprises. You hate feeling unprepared. You need time to process, to plan, to mentally rehearse how you'll handle things before they happen. So I'm giving you that time. I'm giving you this message before the event so you can prepare your mind, your heart, your life for what's coming. This isn't about scaring you. This is about respecting how your system works. You function best when you have information in advance, when you can anticipate and organize and create strategies. So consider this your advance notice, your warning signal, your chance to get ready for something that's going to shake up your carefully ordered existence. So let's explore this. What's coming, why you need to prepare, what preparation actually looks like for something you can't fully control. Take what resonates here, Virgo. This is about preparation and readiness. You remain in control of how you respond, always. This is simply an invitation to brace yourself for impact in the gentlest way possible. Let me start by describing the nature of what's approaching, because you need specifics, not vague something's coming energy. What's heading your way is a disruption to your routine, to the systems and structures you've built to keep your life running smoothly. It might be a person entering who doesn't fit into your schedule. It might be an opportunity that requires you to abandon your current plan and pivot quickly. It might be information that forces you to reconsider everything you thought was certain. Whatever form it takes, it's going to challenge your need for control, your desire to have everything mapped out and predictable. It's going to ask you to be flexible in ways that feel uncomfortable, to trust the process when you can't see the full picture, to move forward without having every detail figured out first. And that's why you need to prepare now. Not so you can prevent it, you can't, but so you can meet it with some level of readiness instead of complete resistance. Let me tell you what preparation looks like for this. Because your first instinct is going to be to try to control it, to manage it, to fit it into your existing framework. But this thing that's coming, it won't fit. It's too big, too unpredictable, too alive to be contained by your systems. So preparing doesn't mean building a detailed plan for how you'll handle it. It means building your capacity to handle not having a plan. It means strengthening your flexibility muscle now. Practicing small acts of spontaneity. So when the big spontaneous thing arrives, you're not completely paralyzed. It means creating space in your schedule before you know what needs to fill it. It means releasing some of the tight grip you have on how things should go and opening yourself to how things might actually unfold. Let me ask you something, Virgo. What scares you most about not being prepared? Is it the fear of making mistakes? The fear of looking incompetent? The fear of being overwhelmed? The fear of losing control entirely and everything falling apart? Because whatever that fear is, it's going to be triggered. This approaching event is specifically designed to touch that tender spot where your need for order meets your terror of chaos. But here's what I need you to understand. You're stronger than you think when things don't go according to plan. Your entire identity might be built around being organized and prepared, but underneath that is a resilience you don't give yourself credit for. A ability to adapt that only emerges when you're forced to. And you're about to discover just how capable you are when your carefully constructed world shifts beneath your feet. You know what I'm picking up on most strongly? This thing that's coming, it's actually good for you. Not comfortable, not easy, but good. Like a bone that needs to be reset after healing incorrectly. Like a plant that needs to be repotted because it's outgrown its container. You've built a life that works, that functions, that's safe and predictable, but it's also become too small, too rigid, too limiting. And what's coming is going to crack that container open. Not destroy it, but expand it. Force you to grow in ways you've been avoiding. Challenge you to trust yourself outside the safety of your routines, to discover who you are when you can't rely on your usual coping mechanisms of over-preparation and hyper-control. Let me slow down here, because I need to address the specific ways this might show up, so you can start recognizing the signs as they appear. For some of you, this is career-related. An opportunity dropping into your lap that requires an immediate decision. No time for your usual research and analysis. No time to weigh every pro and con 17 times. Just a door opening and you having to walk through it or watch it close. And your Virgo brain is going to scream because you don't have enough information, but your gut might be saying yes anyway. For others, this is relational. Someone entering your life who doesn't follow your timeline, who wants to move faster than you're comfortable with, or someone already in your life making a move that changes the dynamic completely. And you'll want to slow everything down, to take time to process, to figure out the right response. But the situation might demand that you respond in real time from your heart instead of your head. For some, this is about your living situation or daily environment, something requiring you to relocate or reorganize faster than you'd like. Maybe your lease ends unexpectedly. Maybe a job requires relocation. Maybe family circumstances shift and you need to adapt quickly. And all the systems you've built, all the routines that keep you sane, they have to be temporarily abandoned while you navigate transition. Whatever the specific form, the theme is the same. Rapid change, demanding flexibility you're not sure you possess. Drop a comment, Virgo, if you're already feeling anxious just hearing this. If your mind is already spinning, trying to figure out what it could be, how to prepare for all possible scenarios, because that's exactly what I'm talking about. That need to know so you can control. And the preparation I'm asking you to do is not about controlling the unknown. It's about learning to be okay with not knowing. You know what else I'm sensing? A timeline. This isn't years away. This is weeks, maybe a couple months at most. Close enough that you can feel it even if you can't name it yet. That restless energy you've been experiencing, that sense that something's shifting, that's not anxiety for no reason. That's your system picking up on the approaching change. So use this time wisely, not to stress and spin and try to predict every possible outcome, but to do the internal work that will help you navigate whatever comes, to build your tolerance for uncertainty, to practice trusting yourself when the path isn't clear, to remember times you've handled unexpected things before and survived. Let's sit with this for a moment. What if this disruption is exactly what you need, even though it's not what you want? What if staying in your comfort zone, staying in total control, staying in predictability, what if that's actually keeping you stuck is less than hash? Zero hash is greater than. What if you've been so focused on managing your life perfectly that you've stopped actually living it? What if this forced flexibility is the universe's way of showing you that you're capable of more than you've allowed yourself to be? Because here's the truth, Virgo. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in the space between where you are and where you're being called to go. And you've been in your comfort zone for a while now, building walls of routine and calling it stability, and those walls have served you, but now they're becoming a prison. And what's coming is the key that unlocks the door. Let me offer you practical ways to prepare between now and when this arrives. First, simplify your life now. Clear clutter. Cancel commitments that don't truly matter. Create spaciousness in your schedule and your environment, because when disruption comes, you'll need bandwidth. And if you are already maxed out, already overcommitted, you won't have the capacity to handle what's being asked of you. Second, practice small spontaneities. Say yes to unplanned invitations. Take a different route to work. Order something on the menu you've never tried. Tiny acts of breaking your own patterns. Not because these things matter individually, but because they build your flexibility muscle. They prove to your nervous system that deviation from the plan doesn't equal disaster. Third, identify your non-negotiables. What actually matters versus what you just think should matter? What do you need to function versus what are you holding on to out of fear? When disruption comes, you can't keep everything. So know now what's essential, what you'll protect, what you're willing to release if needed. Fourth, build your support system. Connect with friends, strengthen relationships, make sure you have people you can lean on, because you're going to need to talk through what happens. You're going to need perspective outside your own head. You're going to need someone to remind you that you're capable when you're doubting yourself. Fifth, practice self-compassion now. Start talking to yourself more gently. Stop the harsh internal criticism. Because when things get messy, when you can't control everything, your inner critic is going to get loud. And you need a stronger voice of kindness to counter it. A voice that says, you're doing your best, and that's enough. Let me ask you one more thing, Virgo. What would it feel like to trust yourself completely? To know that no matter what happens, no matter how unprepared you are, you'll figure it out? What would it feel like to release the need to have every answer before the question arrives? What would it feel like to believe in your own resilience more than you believe in your need for control? Because that's what this approaching event is offering you. Not comfort, not predictability, but the chance to discover that you're more than your routines, that you're capable of handling chaos, that flexibility isn't weakness, it's strength, that you can bend without breaking. Here's what I want you to remember when it happens. When the thing arrives and your carefully ordered world tilts, you are not your plans. You are the person who makes plans, yes, but you're also so much more than that. You're resourceful, you're intelligent, you're capable of improvising when necessary. You've survived every unexpected thing that's ever happened to you. You'll survive this too, and not just survive. Grow, transform, discover parts of yourself that only emerge when you're pushed beyond your comfort zone. Find out that you're braver than you thought, more adaptable than you believed, stronger than your need for control. Take what resonates from this message, Virgo. Leave what doesn't. And remember that you remain in control of one thing: how you meet what's coming. Something is approaching that will disrupt your order, your routines, your carefully constructed sense of stability. And I'm telling you now so you can prepare, not by trying to prevent it, but by building your capacity to flow with it, to meet it with curiosity instead of resistance, to trust the process even when you can't see where it's leading. Trust your inner knowing, Virgo. Trust that you're stronger than your need for certainty. Trust that this disruption is bringing something you need, even if it's wrapped in discomfort. Trust that you can handle whatever comes. Not perfectly, but well enough. And well enough is always enough. Thank you for being here, Virgo. Thank you for receiving this message with an open mind. Thank you for being willing to prepare in ways that don't involve trying to control the uncontrollable. You're exactly where you need to be. On the edge of significant change, being given the gift of advance notice so you can ready yourself, not for what specifically is coming, but for the experience of not knowing and choosing trust anyway. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, Virgo. Prepare your heart, not just your mind. And remember, flexibility isn't giving up control. It's choosing a different kind of strength, the kind you're about to need.